Have you ever been in the wine aisle lately and just noticed a change? I mean, the bottles seem to have these incredible stories. The labels look like they belong in an art gallery. And yeah, the prices are definitely creeping up. But this isn't just your standard inflation. No, this is a really deliberate shift happening across the entire industry, and it's called premiumization. Today, we're going to uncork exactly what that means for the wine that ends up in your glass.
This quote right here, it absolutely nails it. We're just not buying a simple beverage anymore, are we? We're buying an experience. It's no longer just about what's in the bottle. It's about the story, the place it came from, and the whole philosophy behind it. So who's the one driving this massive change? Well, it all starts with us, the modern wine drinker. We've started to value quality so much more than just sheer quantity. For the longest time, the wine industry had a pretty simple goal: sell as many bottles as possible. The focus was all on mass market, easy to grab wines. But that whole way of thinking is being turned on its head. Today, the philosophy is drink better, not more. It's this conscious choice to go after real quality and a meaningful experience instead of just, volume. So who exactly is this new premium consumer? Honestly, just look around. It's probably you. We're more educated, we're way more curious. We'd rather have a memorable dinner with one fantastic bottle of wine than just buy more stuff. We're actively looking for authenticity, for sustainability, for a real story. And that is the absolute key. We're willing to pay a little more for a wine that actually reflects our values. Okay, so with a much savvier customer demanding more from their wine, how has the industry responded? Well, they've answered by completely rethinking what premium even means. And here's something that's really important to understand. Premiumization isn't just about making wine more expensive. It's a whole strategy to elevate its perceived value. And wineries do this by zeroing in on three main things: the actual, undeniable quality in the bottle, the specific place it comes from, and the story that makes you feel connected to it. The wineries that are really succeeding at this, they build their value on what we can think of as three essential pillars. First, the quality has to be, unquestionable. Second, it needs an authentic sense of place, what the French call terroir. And third, it has to have a story that pulls you in. You get these three things right, and you've basically got the blueprint for a modern premium wine. So let's really dig into that blueprint. How exactly do these three pillars, quality, place, and story, come together to create a better bottle? Right, pillar one, quality. The secret here is a total obsession with excellence at every single step. It all starts out in the vineyard with incredibly precise farming. Then it continues with a super rigorous selection where only the absolute best grapes make the cut. In the cellar, the winemaker's touch is often minimal, really letting the wine speak for itself. And finally, there's strategic aging to build complexity and elegance. It's this incredibly meticulous journey from the grape to your glass. Next up, that second pillar, provenance, or a sense of place. And you really can't have a great wine without a great place. That's where we get this almost magical concept of terroir. It's this unique mashup of a region's climate, its soil, the landscape, and even the human touch that gives a wine its soul. Terroir is the reason a wine from one side of a hill can taste completely different from one grown just across the valley. It's the wine's fingerprint. So how do wineries actually communicate this sense of place to you? Well, it happens on a few different scales. You might see a denomination of origin on the label, like a DOC in Italy or an AOC in France, and that's a guarantee of a certain regional character. But it can get even more specific with single vineyard wines. And then at the very, very top, you have microparcels, wines that might come from just one tiny, perfect row of vines. That's the ultimate expression of place. And that brings us to our final and maybe the most important pillar, the narrative. Because look, quality and place are absolutely vital, but it's the story that really connects a wine to our hearts and makes it unforgettable. And these stories, they can come in so many different forms. It could be a family's legacy, one that stretches back for generations. It might be the bold, singular vision of one winemaker trying something new. And more, it's about a deep commitment to sustainable or ethical farming. Or sometimes it's just a celebration of the local culture. All these threads weave together to turn a simple drink into a really rich, emotional experience. So this whole movement toward premium wine is really exciting, but the journey is far from over. The industry is still facing some pretty significant challenges on the road ahead. There are really three huge tests on the horizon.
First, there's the existential threat of climate change, which is altering the very soul of the grapes. Second, there's this growing demand from all of us for absolute transparency and true sustainability. And finally, there's the constant need to connect with the next generation of wine drinkers who are looking for brands that share their values. When you really boil it all down, what we're seeing is wine transforming from a simple product into a genuine cultural artifact. It's becoming liquid art, a story that you can literally taste. And that leaves us with just one question. The next time you open a bottle, as wine evolves into art and culture, what story will be in your next glass?